Alright, party people, welcome to the fourth video. Today we'll be going over float fishing with telesticks, few common locations to go to with the baits used so we can progress our way through the bottom feeder rods. A few basic fish to get you started and the locations is common roach. They are hanging out over here in I4 or B5 and all they need is worms. Roughy is another fun one to get over here in E4. All you need is worms. However, the main fish I do recommend going for in the beginning is a Chinese sleeper. They usually hang out next to the boat in C4 and all you're going to need is, you guessed it, worms. But don't forget we can always check out VK to find the latest hotspots. In the beginning it's easy to be overwhelmed by the large selection of baits. However, we're brand new to the game, the way the game is structured, worms will be just fine to get those fish in the beginning. So while we're here, let's just wander down to the Chinese sleeper spot and we're going to utilize both of those rods we've got to double our fishing efforts. Remembering to stand back away from the water's edge, cast that first rod in. Once that's cast in, we can press 2. That will automatically put the rod down, move off to the side and cast the second rod in. And we can press 0 to put that rod down. Now we just wait for the fish to bite. Looks like we've already got a nibble on that first float. It's now gone under the water, so now we just lift up on that first rod. As you can see, I'm running 2 different floats here. I recommend doing this so you know exactly which float belongs to which rod. We can pick up number 2, get a common roach, recast. We can already see that first float's getting a nibble as well. We can press number 1 and pick up the second fish, which looks to be quite big and is probably going to break me. Let's just turn a little bit, be gentle. Watching that red bar, we've lifted the fish up. Remember, if it's a big fish, we can press spacebar to bring out that net. That's going to scoop that fish up for us. Beautiful, we got a tench. Level 4. And just to reiterate guys, stay away from that tackle shop. We're already level 5 and all we've used is free gear in the game. You don't need to spend any money in the beginning. Okay, so it's night time, it's difficult to see those floats go under the water. So let's press F to turn on that flashlight. Now we can easily see those floats. And no, it does not affect your bite rate. Now that it's well after midnight, don't be surprised if your bite rate drops off. This is perfectly normal. You can use this time to go sell your fish. Or in our case, we're going to cheekily get a third free rod. Now before you attempt to get that free rod for the administration building, we need to do one important task. We need to return to our house first. We're going to press Y to open up our storage, go into our backpack, select the arrow down in the bottom right corner, highlight that free bamboo rod we got from last time, and press the house icon. And that's going to put that free rod into our storage. Now we can return to the administration building and pick up another free float rod. Press Y to get free float tackle. We can press I for our inventory. There's our free rod. Again, remembering to set it up with the free gear. Put the biggest hook on you can. We're going to stick with worms because that's been doing well for us. Now we go back to the house again to get into our storage. We're going to press Y to open our storage. Bottom right corner, press on the blue icon. Highlight the free rod, and rather than a house icon, we now have a backpack icon because we now want to move something from our house into our backpack. Now if we look in our backpack, we've got 3 telesticks and we haven't spent a cent. Pretty cheeky, huh? Okay, so we're at the cafe. Let's sell some fish. We're going to click on the crucian carp because we know we've got some crucian carp. Now I do have a couple of rotten fish in the bag. This is because I did not sell the fish within 24 real life hours. So I wanted to demonstrate if you ever have a rotten fish, you cannot complete a cafe order with them. But to complete this order, they want 5 fresh fish. So let's hold down Control, select the 5 smallest fish. That sell icon will light up. We can now sell that, $8.10, beautiful. And we're just going to repeat the process for each of our orders. Remember, if you cannot complete an order right now, it is worthwhile hanging on to the fish because who knows, you might get the rest of the fish you need to complete it. And as you can see, even rotten fish will give you some money, so it is worthwhile selling. But fresh is best. We can highlight all the fish by pressing the top left icon. Remembering we do have a cafe order for perch, so let's hold down Control and select the perch. That will deselect it from the rest of the fish, so we can sell the rest and keep our perch. And now we've returned to our fishing spot. We're going to hold down U, drag in those 2 free bamboo rods. Now we can cast 3 rods into this spot to triple our fishing efforts. Don't forget to set the float depth on that new free rod. And look at that, we've now got 3 rods in the water without spending a single cent. Even if you drop a few here or there, it doesn't matter. We've got 3 rods in the water. We're tripling our chances of getting fish. If you seem to be dropping a lot of fish, just have a look at your timing. Maybe you're waiting too long like that. You need to strike once the float goes under the water. So just patiently wait for that float to go under the water and you're going to get the fish. Now, if you're not that much into float fishing, don't worry, I get it. But it's important to learn the fundamentals of the game in the beginning. But if it's really driving you crazy, don't forget we do have a spin rod. As you can see, when you're telestick fishing, you're going to get fish much faster. But if you want to go down the path of spin fishing, there is absolutely nothing wrong with it as long as you're enjoying the game. Just be aware you're probably going to level up a bit slower. Okay, so it's 3 a.m. We just about filled up our bag of fish, so it's definitely worthwhile going to sell the fish now. That way we'll be back in time for the morning bite. And just a little tip, when you're using telesticks, if you really want to cast along those reeds, but you cast out to the right too far, don't forget you can always just drag that float back into where you'd like to position it. Remember to have a quick look at the cafe to see if you can complete any orders. And while we're on the subject of the cafe, even if you cannot complete any orders yet, if you know you've got some good fish in the bag and you are absolutely going to sign back into the game within 24 real life hours, you could sell the fish to complete future cafe orders. Worst case scenario, you'll just sell those fish back at the fish market. Now in my circumstance, I'm not going to log back into this account within 24 hours, so I'm going to sell all these fish now. And by pressing the top left icon, we can select all the fish, we can sell them for $73. That's now going to give us a grand total of $160, which is enough to buy our starter feeder bottom rod. So now we can go back to the tackle store, enter, and select the feeder fishing start for 149 silver. Now let's say you made a mistake, you didn't mean to buy that. You can always exit the tackle shop. You'll see you've got the option of returning the item by pressing Y. So you can press Y, select that item. Are you sure you want to return it? Yes. Now we've got the money back, no penalty. And this will work for any item except baits. But in order to return an item, you cannot use it. Once you've used it, you cannot return it. So if you make a mistake, make sure you return it straight away. All right, so we've got a big fish. I'm going to try and chase after a little bit if we can. Trying not to redline it. And it broke off. It happens. Don't stress about it. We can always get some free gear again. But in the meantime, let's just press V to view our setup, select our other hook that we've picked up along the way, pop another worm on it, and return to our fishing spot. But don't worry about the big fish breaking you off. It's all a learning curve. It's the same with dropping fish. You are not expected to catch every fish every time. Otherwise, that would make the game boring. Alright, so I think this is a pretty good place to stop this video. We've got enough money to buy our first feeder rod, so don't forget to like, subscribe, and ding the bell. That way you'll be notified next time I upload a video. But in the meantime, don't forget we've got the RF4 community on Twitch, full of fantastic streamers like Cypher, Anna Blanner, and of course my manager, America Jake, who gives out free hugs with every follow. So until next time, ciao for now.